All right, it's weekend at the fire pit.
Fridays. Remember, we used to do other podcasts on Fridays.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
But hey, we've been barred from talking about that. We can't talk about other podcasts from.
Cheers to the freaking weekend.
There you go. Roll Tide.
Did you already buy the championship belt?
No, I have not bought the championship belt. So there's 3 reasons I would buy that championship belt. For those that don't know, WWE has teamed up with a lot of college teams, and they've made
it was every sports team because they were giving them. It's a whole thing they did with Fanatics at that true. Fanatics Fest they're doing in New York this weekend.
Yeah, the only way I would buy that belt. There's 3 reasons I would ever buy that belt. If it was A, pure gold. If it was B, pure leather, or C, if Alabama actually used that belt as the ball out belt.
Well, they're going to get one.
Oh, I know.
Because Ortiz got one for the Red Sox yesterday. Jeter got one yesterday, and I think they're just kind of going down the line. But we got one person watching it. It's probably us.
Yeah. So what we're doing. So by the way, we found out the hard way, or I found out the hard way with another podcast, Top of the World, the DVC podcast, that StreamYard. It's not StreamYard's issue of you not being able to see the live stream on Facebook. It is actually Facebook's issue. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to just automatically do this the hard way and stream this into the Around the Fire Pit actual page, and every time we go live we will just share it in the group. And see, we're not even live there now.
No, because I'm just going to post the YouTube link. That's all we really can do right now.
Yeah, post the YouTube link in the group and let people go to YouTube. So go to YouTube, you'll see everything. But anyway, it's been a while. But Matt and I have some things we need to talk about. You know, DVC was last Saturday. I will air some grievances on how DVC was done this time. We will air some grievances on Disney Adults.
Oh, could we have to call it Disney Adults, or can we just call it social media stupidity?
Yeah, we could do it that, because I actually consider myself a Disney adult. I do.
I think we both are.
Right. But we are both, I would say, reasonable Disney adults.
Correct.
Where there has been some absolute stupidity on the internets this last week.
Regarding D23 and the nonsense I send you from that Utopia group. Not our group. But like the regular Facebook group that somebody made. The stupidity, like, I understand some people, it might be their first time cruise, but
it's just people are stupid.
Like, come on, get a clue.
Beer is good, or what is it? God is good, beer is great, and people are crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. So something big was supposed to happen in my life on Wednesday, but I had to bow out of it.
Yeah, I want more details on this.
So I had to make an adult decision this week. I know, it sucks. Creed, Three Doors Down, and Finger 11 were playing in Pelham, Alabama, which is about an hour and a half south of me. I had tickets. We were going to go see it. Me, my buddy Carrie, and Porter and his wife. Carrie, Porter, and his wife went, but I had a very important meeting with some higher ups at Northrop Grumman on Thursday, and I was going to try to push for it to be at like 3:00 in the afternoon. Right? They pushed it to 8:00 in the morning on Thursday. So I'm not 20 years old anymore.
You should have walked in with like a boom box. Are you ready?
Are you ready? Yeah. I hate it because Carrie was sending me videos of Creed and how fun it was. I played bass guitar in college in a band, and Three Doors Down was one of the bands that I looked up to. One of the first songs I learned how to play was Duck and Run, and he said they played that live. It was absolutely epic. I hate that I had to miss it, but I also had to make an adult decision, so it sucks. But
I get to go. I go on Wednesday.
Yeah, and then you draft the very next day.
Draft the next day. I'm going to Dustin Lynch tomorrow night in New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Well, how do y'all get so many good country concerts? I mean, country really isn't known to be up in the Great White North,
but it is. It's very odd that it's. I'm going to just say music in general.
Yeah.
It's like, think about like the band that just retired is from here.
Aerosmith. Are they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
New Kids.
Now, I mean, yes.
Stained, Godsmack. It's like we can just go down the list of local bands that are Boston.
And Stain's lead singer's now country.
Yes. But they're told by Stain's back touring again. So
are they really? Because Aaron Lewis was in town like a couple months ago.
He's actually he's nuts. He double dips.
That's crazy. Can before we bring our guest on to talk DVC
D23.
I'm sorry. Last night I did the DVC podcast, and now I'm doing the D23. Or 2 nights ago, whatever. It's been a week.
He's flustered, people.
I am flustered. Can we talk about Post Malone going country? Look, on my 2024 bingo card, I didn't have Post Malone putting out a better country song than 90% of country music. But he has put out 3 amazing country songs, and he's now a member of the Grand Ole Opry.
I had friends that once they heard that he was going to be at the Opry that day, they bought tickets and they were there the other night.
That's awesome. Tuesday night.
Yeah. And the thing about it is like it's the same bash that almost Jelly Roll gets a little bit. It's like because they look at them. It's the way of 2024. You look at a person and you just like, shit, I don't like them. They're just not my. Watch the interview they did with Post Malone on whatever it might have been Good Morning America last Sunday. How polite he is.
Oh yeah,
it's insane.
He's a weird guy, and look at Hank Williams Jr. I mean, if we're going to talk weird guys, Hank Williams Jr. we call him Bo Cephas. I would say, and I'm not going to fully commit to this. I would say if we put Post Malone's life up right next to like Willie Nelson or right next to Hank Williams Jr., it might be a little close.
Could be.
But like I said, I did not have Post Malone making a better country song than All of Nashville on my bingo card for the year. All right, Matt, do we want to go ahead and get into our main event?
Hold on a second. Do you have it? The permission slip is here, allowing this person to do the podcast with us.
She's finally here.
We don't need their permission.
No, we don't.
Because we do.
Producer Chrissy.
Producer Chrissy is in the house.
I was over here making my list of comments because I was in the back over here and I was thinking, but when you started talking about Post Malone, we did a Post Malone concert last year and it was one of the best concerts I have ever been to. He was so humble the entire time. It was incredible.
Yeah, and that's country music. He lives that country music lifestyle. He just doesn't look like country music. And I think that's what most of Nashville has a problem with. It's like Matt said, it's the look.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
It's the face tattoos.
Him and Jelly Roll, I have some issues with the look. I can't. I have to, like, if I'm going to listen to them, I have to truly listen to them and not watch them.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I can, if I did this, they're amazing. But that's neither here nor there. That's my southern roots are showing there.
No, I get it. The whole concert was a vibe. I'll tell you that. Now, granted, I was pregnant, so a little less fun when you're pregnant, but still a good time.
What was it? Would you call it a green vibe?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah. It was purposefully in an outdoor pavilion. I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
because
it's gonna be weird because Jelly Roll's playing the TD Garden in 3 weeks.
You going?
No, I'm not. I got. How many concerts do I have? I have 4 left, I think, and then I'm done for the year.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, let's jump right into it. Both feet.
So did anything happen at this D23? I don't know.
They announced some stuff. Some weirdo with a big earring became a Disney legend. Some amazing conductor finally became a Disney legend. Some guy that said "Never tell me the odds" became a Disney legend. Some weird singer with multiple personalities became a Disney legend.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
I am here for the Miley Cyrus hate. I think I don't know what to make of her, y'all.
Okay, but did you watch her whole speech when she was talking about it?
Did.
What did you think of it?
I'm torn.
Yeah.
Because on one hand, her whole family is batshit fucking crazy. Certifiable.
Whoa! Whoa! You get mad at me when I talk.
I'm sorry.
Potty mouth.
When the Cyrus family is batshit crazy. So for her to be a third normal, it's a miracle of God. I thought she showed humility in half of her acceptance, and then half of it turned to "look how great I am."
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I would have liked for her to be a lot older to be considered a Disney legend.
I can agree with that.
I think to be a Disney legend, you have to, and I think we have unfortunately started throwing the word Disney legend around too quickly, because it breaks my heart to put the Sherman Brothers, to put Walt Disney, Miley Cyrus in the same hall. So does she deserve it? Yeah. Later in life, she'll deserve it. I think it was way too early. And here's another one. Y'all are going to hate me for this. Jamie Lee Curtis. Why? She's a great actress. But tell me what she's done for Disney that deserves her to be a Disney legend.
I can agree with that one too. How many Disney movies or things has she done? One?
Freaky Friday.
I was gonna say, I think it's my thought was the only reason is because they're doing the remake and she's in it, and this is just publicity.
Right. And the other thing too, wow, we are sounding like Disney adults tonight. Sorry. we're sounding like the ones that we're going to get on to later. But you have the main animator for all the princesses, the modern day princess, the 90s princesses. He deserves to be there. You have John Williams. Why did it take so long for him to be there? Han Solo. You've got all of these people here. Also, why was he up there with Kathleen Kennedy? Can we get Kathleen Kennedy away from Disney? You've got Rhodey. You've got all of these amazing people, and then you've got Jamie Lee Curtis and Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the fun stuff of D23?
Let's do one more.
Like the worst part of D23 this year was not being able to really watch it.
Well, so yeah, one more gripe. Disney D23 Parks panel is your free commercial for the Disney parks. One thing we've always loved to do every 2 years is to sit around and watch it. I even re-upped my D23 membership, just hoping that once the panels started selling out, once the Honda Center sold out, you would pull the MLB or NFL and say, all right, we'll lift the blackout. Here's your stream. But no, I had to watch some dude sing at the top of his lungs and another dude whose battery died and stream a Black Ops.
I was just going screen this. I was everywhere.
Like, I get it. I could have waited till the
next
next
morning. We appreciate those people.
Oh, I did too. I watched some of their channel just to give them some views, but I could have waited the next morning to see all the announcements. Chrissy, you've listened to enough of us and talk on podcasts. Matt, you know me personally. Do you think that my FOMO would allow that to happen?
Definitely not. Well, the funny thing about it is, like, we're all in a group chat together. So it's like Ashley, myself, we're on the East Coast, so we got a different time zone. You're in a different time zone. Eric's on our time zone.
Yeah. We got 2 time zones here.
Yeah. Is it 2?
Yeah. It's just 2.
And
I think Chrissy's the farthest east.
I think I'm the oddball out.
And then the thing about it is this didn't start until 11 o'clock.
That was 9 o'clock.
No, but like when they started to get into the real stuff, it was late.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's like we're going back and forth in our group chat at 12:30 my time.
Chrissy's falling asleep typing over
Chrissy
here.
Plays catch. Chrissy's always good for playing catch up the next morning.
So long. I was like, I'm literally in my bed, like with the phone right here, so I don't wake up my husband, trying to watch, and I'm like, I need to go to bed. The baby's gonna wake up. I have to go to bed. I couldn't. Finally, I was like, you guys just have to put it in here because I can't.
And there might have been some hostility in there between me and Ashley in the middle of the
waking up the next morning and reading the group chat. I was like, wait a minute.
This isn't real.
Yeah, I was like, what has happened?
Because Ashley said meh to a couple of things that I was super excited about, but
I was with you on that. I'll give it that. I was excited.
Yeah. So, all right, let's just dive into it. Do we want to go West Coast to East Coast or just start? I'll say this. All right.
Whatever's easiest. So Chrissy, have you been to Disneyland yet?
Not anytime recently, no.
Okay. But you got an idea of the park layout.
Okay, so I'll do this. This is the way my slides on my phone are situated.
His PowerPoint presentation.
I was like, did we put a whole PowerPoint deck together?
No. I mean, this is what Travelmation has done for me.
I see.
No self-promotion tonight.
Oh, you mean Travelmation, where you can get your travel needs at Dave Adams at travelmation.net?
You can't do that because she can't do hers.
Oh, that's right. She can't say the golden.
Listen, you can just find me on Facebook. That's all.
We're not allowed to mention that company.
Well, Dave, we were talking the other day about how we were just going to have her backdrop be the logo.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious. All right. So the first thing that's on my little slide presentation was, how cool was it to see All for One? Like, that was a throwback.
That's time out. That's what you're starting with?
Well, no, because my first slide.
This is an hour-long show.
My first slide is the cruise ships.
Okay.
At which All for One came out. My buddy Adam, who works for the company, said, "Why is All for One there?" I said, "Why not?" And then they said, "Well, All for One, they're announcing 4 new cruise ships, which that gives Disney now 13 cruise ships,
which is crazy."
And what did they say? It's everything should be in the water by 32.
I thought it was
32.
Yeah. So if that's the case, are Disney cruises going to kind of come down in price? Because it's not going to be as amazing of a product. Like, it's not so exclusive anymore if there's 13 ships.
You never know, because you don't know where these ships are going to be, where they're going to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, if these next 4 that come out are all international, I mean, it doesn't change the market, really.
Yeah. They might not do repositioning cruises anymore.
So, I think you could see it. I mean, this is me talking. for myself, because I don't want to speak for the brand or the company. I learned that one from TikTok. I could see them taking the Wonder out of Alaska and putting more of a winterized ship.
I could see that too. I think they need that actually.
I think that would benefit them, and they could make, since obviously everything's off the table tonight, a shit ton of money.
What? Just because I said a couple of cuss words does that mean that everybody can do it now?
Sure. I think, because I look at it this way, Dave, and like comparing it to the Ovation.
Yeah.
I mean, that was more of a winterized ship.
Yes,
obviously two different companies. And the Wonder is not that winterized. That's why they're out on the decks giving away hot chocolate. Like, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong. But like, think of an interior glassed area like the solarium.
Right.
The Ovation, with a pool and all that stuff on a new Disney cruise ship that's going to Alaska, and then you can reposition to the Wonder somewhere.
Yeah, that would probably be your. And here's my thing. I think the older ships should do the 3 and 4 days, and the newer ships, they should give you a 7-day cruise. I've done the Wish cruise, and those 3-day cruises on the Wish, it's just not enough to do things on a cruise ship.
Since I'm out of the loop a little bit in this because I'm no longer a travel agent, is there a Disney ship going out of Galveston right now? Anything out of Texas?
Mm-hmm.
It's the Dream.
Oh, could be.
I think no. The Dream is overseas, and they're doing. It's one of the old ones. Maybe the.
I was just saying, it might be Magic. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is out of Galveston, but then also. We're getting 2 new stage shows that they announced, which I'm excited for. We got the Disney Tales, the Tale of Moana on the Treasure, which will be a 5 to 7 day cruise out of Fort Lauderdale. And then on the new Destiny will be the Disney Hercules, which has the largest animatronic puppet in the high seas, which will be Tafiti. Not Tafiti. That's in the Moana one.
I know, but I'm just like, are they battling it out with something on Carnival? Like, how do they?
That's just how Josh talked about it.
Hey, whatever Josh says, I believe.
Oh, dude, after
tomorrow. We're talking Josh tomorrow.
Josh tomorrow, not Wonder Twin Josh.
Not the other one.
Yeah. He could do no wrong last Saturday. I thought he really did a great job positioning himself to be the next guy. So, all right, now let's get into the park that I think all 3 of us are most excited about. Very first, we are finally getting a nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, it's back.
It's back.
In that capacity.
Yeah. Disney Starlight. Chrissy, what have you heard about Starlight?
I mean, so I will say, when I was watching some of the videos back and the replay and everything, I had like my heart. Okay, I love Happily Ever After, but Wishes, and there were snippets of the Wishes soundtrack in all of the promotional stuff.
I noticed that too.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I don't know. I'm excited for all the new floats. I'm glad that it's not, as much as my heart loves the Main Street Electrical Parade, like, I'm glad it's not that. It's a whole new thing that's, if you ask me, I think it's comparable to some of the stuff where it's hyped up like it's going to be comparable to some of the stuff happening in Disneyland Paris. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too. I almost thought we were going to get Paint the Night.
Oh.
Which would have been awesome. I like you, like, my first memory of Disney World with my family, my daughter Ellie was 15 months old, and she was on my shoulders watching the Main Street Electrical Parade. So
blocking everybody's view, you were one of those.
No. My back was at the Emporium. I purposefully did that. So that parade's always going to hold a special place in my heart. Yeah. But if they had come back and said, all right, yep, we're doing another parade, it's the Main Street Electrical Parade, I kind of would have been a little disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm ready for something new, though.
Yeah.
Nostalgia.
I mean,
nostalgia.
Yes. Yes, but
I mean, look, would I have loved it? Would I have been stoked? Yeah, but I just don't think it's on par with everything else that's happening in the parks, you know?
Right. We've seen that. Is it? Yes, I know.
But you know what, Matt? You can just go out to the electrical water parade and get your fix. And
I'm not gonna lie, I loved that thing when I was a kid.
Yeah.
The first time I went, and in the umpteen times I've been since, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I'm just never in the right place at the right time.
No, I agree. I think the last time I saw it was like on the monorail headed back to a resort.
That's about the only time I watched. Yeah. Like one of my home resorts is at Copper Creek, and the only time I'll see it is if we're on the boat heading back to Copper Creek.
Yep.
All right. Next thing, and this isn't really in any true order. We are getting Tropical Americas coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom, featuring a new Indiana Jones and an Encanto theme attraction. First off, anybody that tells me that they love dinosaur and they're sad to see dinosaur go, you're a liar.
Wow. I was going to put the F word in front of it, but yeah, what Dave said.
Yes.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then why is there never more than a 15-minute wait for dinosaur?
And it's let's we can backtrack it a little bit too, Dave. For some little kids, that ride's horrific.
Yeah.
Oh, it scares the shit out of Ellie.
Of course, like anybody.
Sorry, Chrissy.
No, it scared the shit out of me, and I went on it like 5 years ago. So I get it. Like in the photo, it's very clear that I was very ill prepared for the next thing coming, and yeah,
that's why. Don't get me wrong, Indiana Jones is going to be a little intense. I'll say it won't be.
It will.
Yeah,
especially if you've done the ride at Disneyland.
It's intense.
It's different. It's like if you have a gallstone or something, it's gonna knock it loose. You'll be good to go. I like this change. I'm a fan of this change. I think that area's needed a big revamp for a while.
100%.
And they've hung on forever.
Eric says dinosaur wouldn't be that bad if it didn't give you CTE every time.
Exactly.
I have a bone to pick with Eric Tolliver here on
I'm down. I don't know what it is, but I'm down for it.
Why? Because he posted that in that group though.
Yeah.
The kayak
on announcement
thing?
night, he said that Indiana Jones was past due to, or no, what did he say? It was too far gone to put a ride in the park.
Oh yeah. Like no one's gonna understand. Uh-huh.
Right. You, sir, Eric. Indiana Jones is timeless. I don't care if it's 2027. Indiana Jones will still be relevant. Past its time.
Someone's got to stir the pot tonight. It might as well be.
Yeah. And the fact that they are Tropical Americas, so it's going to be Colombia basically. The fact that they are bringing in a brand new Indiana Jones story where he has discovered a new Mayan temple. So we get a whole new Indiana Jones story basically. I am here for that. I will always be here for that. Indiana Jones is quite possibly one of my favorite series. So I'm excited. And now Encanto. This seems like another e-ticket attraction to me. Just because of how amazing the movie was. I think it looks like it's going to be that trackless technology.
Yep.
And you're going to get to go through the entire house madrigal. And I know my girls will love that.
Yeah, I know. We love that movie in our house, and I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited to see. I mean, I feel like it's going to be on par with Frozen and Remy, you know, like those animated classics that are classics to this generation right now. You know, I'm excited to see that.
And I think that you put it a good way. It's like it's this generation. We're turning the page a little bit from us older folk who are pissed, or as Dave referred to, it usually is I'm going to get off my lawn moment.
Yes.
They need to pump the brakes and look at the bigger picture here. That by the time all this is done, 5 years, let's say, by the time 100% done of
I'd say 6 years.
I'm going to be 51 years old.
Damn.
You're not far behind me.
I know. It means I'll be 50. No.
And Chrissy will finally be 30.
Yeah, Chrissy will be like 10.
I will get younger.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be great. Now, there are people who are upset that this doesn't fit any of the original Animal Kingdom stuff. Eric, as an honorary Colombian of the group, they better not mess up the food. I am so excited for the food, the Colombian food. Bring me all of that.
I'm very intrigued. We'll keep on talking about this. Yeah. I watched somebody else's podcast, and I'm not gonna steal their thoughts or opinions because that's just.
Yeah. Okay, I just did the math. In 6 years, I'll be 49. Still old.
I'll be 41.
Baby.
Once you get over 40, it's like
it doesn't matter. More. I already feel that way at 35, so it's
we're also losing.
I think what you're like. I mean, the whole concept of it ties in. I mean, it's oh, and now I'm blanking on the character's name, but it's the one that communicates with animals, right? So that ties in. Yeah. I mean,
Antonio.
Thank you. So I feel like, I think culturally and the way that Animal Kingdom honors that kind of environment, it's going to be a great fit.
Did they finally take the dinosaur off the logo?
No. So the dino and the dragon head are still up there on the Animal Kingdom entry board. Mm-hmm. The only animal that's still going to be represented in Animal Kingdom that's up there is the elephant. I do think it's time to take the dino and the dragon off the Animal Kingdom entryway. So, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Pandora, that's kind of dragon-like.
And that is my other argument. People were so excited when Pandora went into Animal Kingdom. What does that have to do with Africa and Asia?
Right.
So, whatever. That we're also losing the bone dig, which if you look at the pictures and the art, they are putting the brand new carousel where that bone dig is.
That's the only thing like I'm kind of iffy on. Like I like the concept of it, but I'm hearing like the carousel is like almost like characters from other movies.
They had one of Kevin in there.
I just don't. I don't get that part. I think they should have just kept it better theming. But hey, I wish I was at D23 to see the reveal of the horsies. I really haven't done a in depth.
And people are like, oh, great, we're getting a carousel. We're losing Triceratops Spin, which is basically a carousel.
Yeah. But you've got to bring something in that the younger kids can enjoy. So.
Right. You're taking out the dig and you're putting in a carousel.
Yeah. Unless you're going to put in a full playground. I mean, you need something.
It's right. I don't see one issue with that.
The other thing I'm excited about is we're going to finally get trees in that area.
Oh, can we just get trees anywhere? I mean,
that is the hottest park of the hottest park.
So, I mean, like oak trees and stuff, not like
not like oil rig trees.
Yes, or not like Post Malone trees.
Oh well,
Also, we are losing the worst 4D movie, Bug's Life, and they are adding Zootopia Better Together, which opens next winter.
I love Zootopia, so I'm 100% on board on this.
Yeah.
Here's my soapbox. I have seen people who are seriously mad about losing Bug's Life.
I look at it two ways. Zootopia is the new thing. They have a second movie coming out. Nobody cares about the old ride, and you're going to be able to gain character meet and greets,
right?
Of
Judy Hopps and
Judy and Nick,
right? I kind of want to meet the Godfather,
but the thing about it is like usually you see them in Magic Kingdom, but it's very, very rare.
Yep.
Now they're going to probably have like legit like times that they're going to be in Animal Kingdom, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. All right, so then we got a couple of small announcements. The reimagined test track opens next year, which that's huge. That's the quickest reimagine I think I've seen in a long time.
And yet it took 1,700 years to build Tron.
Chrissy hasn't been involved in Dave and I going.
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead. Get her.
No. Does anybody forget a thing that happened in 2020?
No, I totally get that.
I know you do, but this is my bitch session to everybody on Facebook.
Here we go.
They didn't build this, and they took Tron forever. We're in the middle of a pandemic, believe it or not. The parks were shut down. Just because we weren't in the parks doesn't mean Jimmy, the guy working on Tron, was still working. Nobody was working.
And look,
and when you don't have people going into the parks, you don't have money coming into the parks to pay for these things.
We also had, not only did we have a pandemic of COVID, Disney had the pandemic of Chapek.
Yeah, I was going to let you take that.
Yeah.
So Disney did not have the best leadership during that time. I think Tron, if COVID hadn't have happened, Tron would have only taken probably 18 months.
You think?
Yes, I do. So I think because of COVID, because of Chapek, because of the supply chain issues, because of COVID, that's what caused everything to take such a
time. I'm glad that people forget about COVID. Like I'm okay with that. But like they got to remember like that 4 years ago this time we were doing nothing.
Yeah. The world shut down.
We were doing nothing. The park starting to open up again right around now?
Actually,
some of them.
Disney opened, I believe it was this weekend. Because we went the weekend after that, I think. And it was, I'll be honest, the mask sucked, but it was the absolute best time I've ever had at Disney because there was nobody there.
Can we just banish Eric from everywhere?
No, okay.
How does Eric think Tron is a letdown? Tron is an amazing ride.
Okay, okay. But Dave, for people who are going crazy or saying that Indiana Jones is like past its time, Tron, same concept.
Oh, I know.
Tron's even almost older than.
Okay. No, Disney opened into May to June. Okay, fine. But yes, Tron is older than Indy.
Yeah. And that still works, so.
Yeah. So there you go.
And it's like I saw it on someone else's podcast, not the other one. But the whole complaint of like, this is how much I don't even remember this. Like, were they supposed to build something Mary Poppins at Epcot?
There was supposed to be a Mary Poppins carousel at Epcot in England,
and like people like stomping and crying that this thing didn't get built. It's the same thing. Pandemic,
COVID,
no money.
Right,
JPEG. Let's put the money towards finishing Guardians,
which is the best roller coaster in all of Orlando.
But people only want like, and it's the world that we live in with social media, and people only want to see it their way, one way. It's okay.
So the other two things that no one really asked for, but we're getting it anyway: a Pirates Lounge at Magic Kingdom, and an Epcot Lounge at Epcot.
But that Pirate Lounge, wasn't that mentioned last year too?
It was a Blue Sky thing.
And that's going where?
Going. So if you go out of Pirates into the gift shop,
turn
towards the restrooms there.
Yep.
If you look up, there's a upstairs.
Okay.
So that's where it's going. I haven't quite figured out where the Epcot Lounge is. There's two potential places. It could either be on top of the Dreamer's Point. There's a little lounge. It could be there, or there's the old GM lounge at Test Track.
And did they give dates on these?
No.
I was too busy watching the song and dance of like when things were trying to open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I mean, it is what it is. It's if we want to. It's are they going to let you really walk around with alcohol now in Magic Kingdom?
No.
So you're drinking there.
Either that, or it's going to be a tavern like Gaston's Tavern.
No, yeah, but the thing about it is, I think it's going to be a little bit more.
I mean, they don't let you drink outside of Olga's either at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
Right. So it might be the same technique of. Do you still have time limits at Olga's?
I don't know if you still have time limits, but it's a 2-drink maximum.
Okay, so it's. I think you're going to probably be looking in that same idea.
Yeah, Chrissy, you and I are kind of in the same boat when it comes to Disney, at going with family and stuff like that. Matt goes as a childless millennial.
I know.
But how do you feel about that? I've got mixed feelings because as a 40-year-old, I would prefer to have a beverage, but also with a family, I'm like, do I want my kids around this? Do I want this to become a glorified Six Flags? Well, no, I mean,
I wasn't expecting that one. Okay, that's okay. I hear you on this, but that's why they have Epcot.
Yeah,
right. So, Chrissy, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I still think the vibe is that like if you're gonna drink at Epcot. You know, like I don't think there's a real risk of it getting too crazy in the other parks. I mean, you can still enjoy quite a few adult beverages in Hollywood Studios in the various locations. So I don't know. I don't think it has as much potential, but I would enjoy a nice reprieve from the stress throughout the day of doing Magic Kingdom with children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eric, I'm not posting that comment. So here's my thing. Hollywood Studios is mostly an adult park.
Yeah.
Star Wars is made for me.
Just Dave.
Oh, my age range, us, not the kids. Now my girls are starting to like Star Wars, but it was made as a playground for me.
It's just funny when you just refer to it as it was for me.
It's a me. Epcot was made for adults.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but you know what? Epcot's pretty great for little kids too.
At the very front.
No, I mean, well, yeah. I mean,
let's hear it. She's got littles, so let's.
Yeah. But there are so many like playgrounds to take these kids to just like while you're enjoying your food and wine festival treats.
Yeah.
Just let them run amok. So.
Amok.
Right.
Yeah, you're right about that. You are definitely right about that. I just let Magic Kingdom be the kid park. I have mixed feelings because, like I said, I wouldn't mind a beer every now and then, but I also don't want my kids to be around. I want them to have that one park that they can go that it's definitely for the kids. Yeah.
I mean, well, and if you're going to a sit-down restaurant, you can get a beverage. It's no different. I think having an additional lounge isn't going to change that very much.
Yeah, I think I'm with the Olga's idea of you're getting two, and then you're getting out of there.
Yeah.
And then it's not drinking around the world. And the thing about it is, like, I'll be honest, when I'm in Magic Kingdom, I'm not even like, and I love Skipper Canteen. Like, I don't even think about drinking in there.
That's true.
Like, I'm usually like 17 waters to try to rehydrate and pissing off the waitress.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you have to rehydrate before you dehydrate, though, sir.
But the thing about it is, like, I want to enjoy the food in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I just think there's so much to do in Magic Kingdom. It's not going to be all right, now I've got a lounge here, so I'm going to get wasted.
Yeah. All right, so now let's talk the big 4 announcements for Magic Kingdom, or for Disney World. Monsters Inc. Land coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios which includes the very first ever suspended coaster in a Disney park. Let's ask the $10,000 question. Where?
I think obviously this is all speculation. And obviously the internet, as we've said, is kind of bullshit.
Yes.
I've heard that they are getting rid of Muppets and going in there. I don't agree with that. From other things I've heard, that technically they're not allowed to get rid of Muppets because that was the last thing that Jim Henson built. Due to the fact that if they were going to get rid of it, they would have got rid of it during the build of Galaxy's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
So I have heard that, but then I've also heard, and we know that Tom Corliss does not have the best track record, but he has some, by what he has been told from 2 different sources, Star Wars Launch Bay is gone. And if you look at the mock-up, the model they have there at D23, the front of the building looks like the facade of Star Wars Launch Bay. Doing that, you lose Junior, you lose Disney Junior, which my kids, Chrissy, your kids are at that age where that's cool.
Yeah. But
my kids are finally out of the Disney Junior phase.
But the thing about it is, by the time that's all taken down, Chrissy's kid's gonna be like 30.
That's true.
I can't handle thinking about that, but yeah.
Yeah. You would lose the business buildings behind the old animators courtyard there.
Yeah.
I think that's the best place to do it because that would give you 3 points of entry. You have turning right past the what's the word I'm looking for? Grauman's Theater. And you can make that cool little archway. You can make that a door. You can go in from Sunset Boulevard, that right there where all those crappy food court quick services are. They've got that big walkway that's always closed off. That gives you a point of entry. And then you have the point of entry at Toy Story Land, Andy's backyard. So I think while I agree with you, people are saying Muppets might be a little long in the tooth and it might be time for it to go there. I think if Disney was smart, the best place to put it would be Launch Bay.
I can see that.
So
yeah, I can see that.
Now, here's the question. Little Mermaid is just coming back.
Right.
So that means Little Mermaid would not fit in the Monsters, Inc. storyline. So what does that do? And if Little Mermaid's gone, that means One Man's Dream is gone. And I will pitch a bitch fit if they take One Man's Dream away. So, just,
I forget who it was, but somebody asked me the other day if that means that Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor moves to Hollywood Studios.
I was thinking that too.
One, that would never happen. But then I was just thinking, but do they move it and replace Little Mermaid with it?
Now that's a good thought, but you can't put Little Mermaid in Tomorrowland.
No.
And then, but see, that's the same thing. We've got Buzz Lightyear at Magic Kingdom. Why is that not at Andy's backyard?
Right.
So it's the same concept there. The other thing, if you look at the concept art, there's that sushi restaurant. So are we getting a sushi restaurant at
Harryhausen's?
Yeah.
That would be insane.
And do we get an animatronic of the octopus making the sushi?
God, I hope so.
And I think it should be like a sushi, like more of an adult sushi restaurant, obviously. Yeah. And it's kind of like the conveyor belt sushi restaurants that they have.
That'd be awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
And you pay per plate.
Yeah, I'm good with that. All right. So the other Pixar news that we got for Magic Kingdom, why do I keep doing that? The other Pixar news that we got for Walt Disney World is Cars not land, but 2 Cars attractions are coming to Frontierland. We got news the day after, or the Monday after, that it will be taking over Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island. First off, if you're sad about losing Rivers America, why haven't you been writing the Mark Twain for the past 30 years? Because I can tell you look, I go 3 times a year. I've ridden it once.
I've never ridden it.
Never. I'm
zero. Never ridden Tom Sawyer Island either. So
0, same thing.
Right, exactly. Now, maybe when I was younger, I did Tom Sawyer Island because it was bigger then. I'm less than sad about losing those 2 things. Now, the one thing I am a little worried about, and I kind of saw people poking at this on Facebook, you're in the queue for Haunted Mansion. You're in this song. You hear the boom, 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 and hear ka-chow, ka-chow going by. Lightning strikes the Haunted Mansion. I do dislike that we're losing that mystique. But
you got to put it somewhere.
Right, you got to put it somewhere. And I thought before their other big announcement, I thought that this was going to be the Beyond Big Thunder.
Yeah.
If this is just a copy and paste of Cars Land and we get, was it Roadsters?
You're going to get, what is it the Radiator Springs
Racers, and then we get like Mater's dancing cars or whatever it is, then I'll be a little upset. But if we get 2 new attractions that kind of
you're getting a ride very similar to Racers. They already said that.
I was like, it's going to be a mix of what they've got in California and basically test tracks. So,
I'm okay with that if the storyline fits Frontierland.
But I think it's like, I think they've already kind of said that it's going to be more of an off-road, like adventure, not. I think it's gonna fit.
Yeah, they're
okay
making
with that.
Their own story for it. It's a whole new theme thing.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this: I think if they don't keep that riverboat and incorporate that into Tiana's Bayou, what are they doing?
Yeah, I agree. Kind of put the riverboat back around Tiana's. I agree. That's how it should be. The other thing too, and this just hit me. We just got the train back.
And we're going to lose it again.
And we're about to lose it again. So if you like the Walt Disney World train, go ride it a few times.
Go ride that train.
Yeah.
And ride it.
Come on, ride the train and ride it. Ooh, ooh.
Okay, but maybe this is just me, but like the train was like, my mom doesn't do roller coasters or rides very much at all. And so I distinctly remember riding the train as a child, and I was thinking, like, when it reopened, I rewrote it, and I was like, I'm just looking at a lot of trees.
Yeah.
I don't own this many trees.
It is, but it's just the whole waltz of it all.
Yeah. Oh, no, I get it. But
yeah.
I mean, it's something to do. And if you go the full loop, what's it kill? 20 minutes?
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more.
Probably a little bit more. So, all right. Next thing, and this we could talk about this for quick, but new adventures are coming to Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, featuring Mando and Grogu.
I'm excited for that.
I was expecting that's something that it was eventually going to happen. It had to.
That's going to happen, and I think we're going to lose Star Tours because Smuggler's Run is going to turn into Star Tours. Just a thought.
I don't think you'll lose Star Tours, but
I hope we don't. I love Star Tours. All right, the other thing, the and one more thing announcement.
Yes.
Villains Land
for this side of the world.
For this side. Villains Land is coming to Magic Kingdom with 2 major attractions and dining. Here's my thoughts.
Oh, okay. I want to see if we're on the same page on this.
If we don't get Yzma's free fall, Disney, what the hell are you doing? And as soon as you're about to get over to the fall, and you hear, pull the lever, Kronk, and then
Well, if you look at it, it looks like one of the rides is a roller coaster.
Right. So what's the roller coaster? I have an idea.
I think isn't it the Thorn? So doesn't that mean it's?
Yeah, I was like, it's gotta be Maleficent. Something.
It has to.
Which see. Then you're doing it wrong. Cruella de Vil, you're riding in her Cadillac, going around the turns and twists and turns.
No, that's like Radiator Springs. Come on now.
But not as a roller coaster.
Well, I feel like that would equate more in my head with that kind of track system.
Okay. So then what other villain would give you a good roller coaster? There isn't one. Maybe Hades?
No, I think it's going to be Maleficent.
Yeah.
It's that's kind of obvious. It's going to be that. Are you going to have the dragon breathing fire at the top of a mountain
Yeah.
Okay. But if we have a dragon breathing fire, it better not mess up like the steampunk one.
You mean you don't want it to catch on fire?
No, not at all. All right. And then I think the other one will be another thrill ride, or this is where you could do a Hades ride, and it could be the river Styx as you're going down to Hades. A water ride. They have the potential. This could be a very, very good, land if it's done correctly.
What do you think in restaurant wise?
What I want, we won't get, but I want. So if you're coming right out of Tiana's Bayou, Big Thunder's right there. The restaurant should be right there, and it should be Dr. Facilier. Kind of an anti-Tiana.
I could see that. I think you're going to get almost more of a theme of all the villains as a character's meal.
But no, because that would be kind of a scary thing, and Disney doesn't do scary. I'd love it. I'd love to see it. I also need to figure out how you're going to do the continuity. Because how are all of these villains around each other?
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking the same thing. Like, how do you tie in multiple of these storylines without?
Yeah. Are you kidding? There'll be something on Disney. There'll be some sort of something on Disney Plus soon.
Yeah. It'll be a movie
where they all became friends at the bar.
Got it. There's already 4 movies. You don't have girls, so I was
going to say, if you're going to say Descendants, man.
I am saying Descendants. We're going to have Villains Island. This is going to be Descendants. It could work. It could work.
When we were, I was like, oh, but Descendants does it, and
yeah, that's how it's going to happen. They're going to bring Descendants into the park. My daughters will lose their shit.
Yeah.
They're going to be graduating. They're going to be graduating high school by the time this is done.
No. They will be. So Ellie will probably be middle school. She's in 4th grade now. Yeah. I think Villains will be done at the latest 2029.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Does that mean Eric's back finally?
Yep, I see we
what?
All right, so now let's quickly wrap up here and do the other announcements, because there are some pretty cool ones. Avatar is coming to California Adventures.
You knew that was eventually coming because it just had to.
Yeah,
we're getting the 2 new ones. Yes, wrong lever, Gronk, as you're following. We already talked about that. So it's going to be the water one and the fire one. And if they don't get a crappy Navi River journey, then I'm going to be mad.
Yeah.
Coco is coming to California Adventure. I'd like to see what kind of ride that will be. Will it just be a boat ride?
I think it's going to be a boat ride, very similar to.
That's what I thought.
What is that? 3 Caballeros, something like that.
Yeah, which I think eventually
that could have switched.
Yeah, 3 Caballeros will be gone pretty soon.
Yeah.
This is the one that was very polarizing in our group chat. First ever Walt Disney animatronic is coming to Disneyland. You will see a 6'5", 290-pound man bawling his eyes out to see Walt Disney walking around the stage and talking about Disneyland.
Yeah.
At first I thought, oh my gosh, bring it to Hall of Presidents. Forget the Hall of Presidents. Put it at Disney World. But the more I thought about this, I think this needs to stay a Disneyland exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to call it this because this is very sacrilegious to say this, but it needs to be a pilgrimage type thing. This is the park that Walt built, Walt walked around in. It's across the street from his apartment. This needs to be Disneyland only.
Correct. I'm with you on this.
Okay, I am also with you on this, but at the same point, I was thinking, but in a way, you bring that to Disney World, and now Walt had a chance to see the park he never got to see. So
I can see that, but that's
how I would think about it, and I'd be like, oh God.
Yeah.
But yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, I'm with you. I think that's a Walt Disney or a Disneyland thing for sure.
Yeah. The other kind of backlash I've seen of this on the Twitter sphere, X sphere, however you want to call it, Walt's granddaughter is all up in arms saying, my granddad never wanted to be an animatronic. Don't do this to my family.
Like she need like she does need to stop. Like it is what it's 2024. Gonna be
right.
By the time that's done, it's gonna be 25, maybe 26.
No, it's gonna be next year.
But the thing about it could be the end of 25. It could be their big thing towards the end of the year. But like, pump the brakes, lady. Yeah. Just enough.
I would have almost liked for it to be that hologram, so you can kind of see him truly like walking around,
like Tupac when he was performing.
Yeah, like Tupac at Coachella. But I don't know. I to see Walt Disney made into his creation.
That's what I was just gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the man that brought us the audio animatronic. Like, he did Lincoln. So to see him become what he made is going to be kind of cool. The other school of thought is it's going to be a little weird. Like, Walt Disney himself is going to be standing right there.
But the Lincoln one, 6'5" guy balling like a baby, trying to go hug it.
You might see me maybe rushing the stage.
Man. He
I don't know.
God.
Dave's banned from all parks.
No,
Alabama man attacks Walt Disney animatronic.
I'll wear Auburn gear that day just so I don't. Maybe Florida gear so I can be Florida man.
That's what I was like.
I don't know. I might wear Texas gear.
Hey now.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure will be opening November 15th.
Yeah.
I'm kind of over this Tiana stuff already. I'm not gonna wait in line to go see it.
I'll ride it just
because. Well, you got 2 girls. There's a difference.
That's true.
Like,
and Tiana's Ellie's favorite princess.
It's like watching the POVs. It's not exciting me compared to what's coming overseas, which could have been really amazing if we got in one of the parks here.
The Lion King.
Yes.
Yep. I think that's going to be great. The new Frozen Land at Paris is going to be great. There's a lot that makes me want to go to Paris and see that park.
Well, just from watching the Olympics, that makes me want to go to Paris.
Well, that's very true. So much, so awesome. I want to go to Australia and learn how to dance.
Have you watched that whole thing about her?
Oh, dude. Yes. Her husband was in charge.
Like, how do you... Hey, she fooled the world.
She did. She did. This was the most memeable Olympics between her, the Turkish shooter, and the French pole vaulter. The French pole vaulter who lost because of his pole.
But the Turkish shooter, like the guy, it's like the guy just got out of like a car, like in his jeans, and just sniped.
But this was not the only Olympics he'd done that at.
No,
like,
it's just funny by
right? He was still wearing diapers and had that aim. My God.
He's like in a college shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
And
he said, after he was done, he said, "All right, where can I go smoke?"
Well, I'm just gonna go home now.
Yeah. He's my favorite hero. Then we're also getting new stuff at Avengers Campus, so it's doubling 2 brand new attractions: King Thanos ride and basically a oh hell shit Iron Man ride. Mm-hmm. Which, looking at the ride vehicle, it looks like a more chaotic version of Harry Potter's Forbidden Journey.
Which I'm still scared about.
You got stuck upside down. So what?
Well, no, it's not that I got stuck upside down. I didn't expect it to literally flip me on my head, like right out the gate as I'm holding on to my glasses. Like I'm trying to weigh myself down because my wallet's in my back pocket. Like I'm more worried about things just going flying.
Wow. So those are the big announcements. Let's do one round here, or 2 rounds. I want each of us to go through and give us what we are most looking forward to. And then I want, what is Disney's biggest miss that they could have done and they didn't do? So I'll start because I have both of them. I just did this for Top of the World. I'm most looking forward to, I think Villains is going to be awesome. It's something that's off the wall. It's going to be, Bob Iger has now given us the 2 biggest expansions of Magic Kingdom to ever be done. I think that's awesome. It's going to be a great legacy for Iger, because right now what Iger is known for is just the acquisitions of Star Wars and Fox and Marvel. This is going to cement his legacy for parks. So we're going to see that. I think the biggest miss, we did a whole segment of Deadpool dancing around at Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World attractions. He's not on Universal's Marvel Island, so we could have him in the Magic Kingdom park or in next to Guardians. Where is Deadpool in Epcot? I need Deadpool. So those are my misses. That's my miss and that's my hit. Chrissy?
Okay, so I'll go with my miss first.
Okay.
Because I think that if they don't start incorporating like Avengers Marvel into Tomorrowland,
they can't.
What?
They can't because of they have a contract with Universal to do for in perpetuity as long as there's those rides there.
It's the Mississippi. They can't do anything.
Yes.
Marvel.
No, you're right.
Well, to the Mississippi, if I remember.
To your point, Chrissy, I need to figure out how you're going to have the only theme park in your arsenal not have any Marvel Avengers.
Yeah.
Because it's your biggest resort. Your company's biggest resort is going to have nothing with one of your biggest franchises.
Yeah. No, I mean, outside of Guardians, it's got nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, they could have stuff.
Yeah. So I think that's a big miss, which obviously, but I mean, even a character meet and greet, but whatever. Anyways.
Yeah, Deadpool. He's right there. He's right there. Use him.
And then
he's making fun of Josh's sweater vests. Use him.
Right?
He wants you to fix the Yeti.
Put him in at the Halloween stuff, just
yes,
the rides. Yeah, no, I'm with you there. As far as what I'm most excited about, when I heard about Monsters Inc. and the door, like this new attraction.
Oh yeah.
The thing, I literally, again, my husband's trying to sleep, and I was like smacking him, like, I said this when the movie came out. I said this is the perfect ride. Like if I ever was going to apply to be an Imagineer, that was my idea. So now I got to come up with something new. But yeah, I am most excited to see that and see that play out. I think that's going to be awesome.
All right, those are two good ones. Matthew.
Oh, where do I start?
Uh-oh.
I'm excited about the 4 new ships.
Yep.
Obviously, cruising has kind of changed. Has been my new drug of choice. We'll call it that way. Instead of going to parks. The big miss, and I think it was just the timing of things. They should have just rethemed the whole rock and roller coaster and got Aerosmith out of there and made it Powerline.
Amen.
Oh,
It would have just been easier, especially. I think the retirement of Aerosmith. I think the contract is up at the end of this year,
which means the January every year they close at January.
Right, but they just refurbed it, and I was talking to someone about this too, and this is kind of why I was thinking maybe Monsters Inc. might have been heading in that direction. Is were they really doing a refurb in there, or were they in there? Because that was a quick refurb. It wasn't.
That's true.
Were they in there measuring things out? Were they kind of like scoping things out? Makes you go,
It's not
but
a bad thought.
I think if they did it, it would be easiest. Wait till the Aerosmith thing ends, which has to be soon, especially with the retirement. They're not as popular as they used to be, and keep the IP and keep it as Powerline.
I could see that.
And I'm one of a bazillion people that are in that same.
Give me Powerline.
I think it just makes sense, especially with you've heard the remake, the emo punks that's coming out in the end of September. That whole CD is gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be awesome. That I agree. I think that all of our misses were things that could easily be done.
Right.
And now I do think that this was enough where Disney has conceded 2025 to Universal. They basically said, all right, we know you've got Epic opening in 2025. Enjoy your year. Because after that, all this new stuff is coming. You're going to go back to number 2.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, like, I'm obviously, like we've talked about, and I keep harping on this, I'm out of the game. So I really don't know, like, I'll use Ashley, for example. Ashley talks so much about Epic Universe and I couldn't tell you one thing that it's being built as a ride, what the park looks like. I couldn't even tell you where it is. That's how much I just don't. It's not.
It's nowhere near the other 3.
Right. I do know that part. If I'm looking at a map, I think it's going to be like hard right.
It's where Wet and Wild was. If that helps you.
Is that someone's cat, or is that a kid?
No, that was a cat.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, the kid's not far behind, but it was.
Oh, well, we're almost done, Chrissy.
But I think that's it's even like I'm only seeing it coming from certain people.
Yep.
I'm excited. Like we'll use it. Like I think Ashley's looking to do Epic prior to the Utopia next year, if it ends up opening.
We don't know when. Yeah.
But I'm not. It's like great.
I'll do it. I'll go see it. But Universal.
I think there might. Is there like a Donkey Kong ride or something?
Yeah,
that's all I really know. And and the thing about it is like Universal. I like their intensity of rides. But I'm not like Mr. Harry Potter. I could care less. Or
I like Harry Potter.
But the thing about it is like that's not me. Like I'm like everybody's like, oh, when I go into Harry Potter, Like, great.
Yeah.
Like, it's great theming, but like, you could be like, I get embarrassed when I get in there and be like, what's this place?
Yeah.
Is this place in the movie? I want. It's like, okay, I can get a butterbeer and then go get flipped on my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. And to me, Universal is only good 2 months out of the year. Halloween Horror Nights.
Right.
And which I'll be there in less than a month. I'll let you know how it is.
I'm trying to see if I can figure out how to make it work and get down there for October. But it's just because I'd be going like Friday to Monday, like quick.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing too. I'm
and
just going Friday to Monday. Yeah.
The ticket's not the issue; it's the express pass. That's just like, come on, man. That's
it's expensive.
That's like, it's almost like I might as well buy another drink package for the Utopia.
Yeah. Which, Christy, by the way.
Yeah.
Listen, folks. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm just kidding with you. All right. Well, hey, Chrissy, thank you so much for joining us. This was fun. We'll have to have you back on maybe when your kids decide to sleep.
That'll be the next 20 years.
Trust me, I get it. My 9-year-old, she's 10 now. My 10-year-old barely sleeps too, so I get it.
Man,
it doesn't.
Tell you what.
You know, people say it gets better. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It gets a little more fun, but then and then right about when it's fun again,
they start talking back.
Yeah.
You know how to keep them entertained. Just take them to the Pecan Lodge.
Yeah, right. Just shove them full of pickles.
or just put an iPad in front of their face. It doesn't help, but it keeps them entertained. And
yep, that's the only way we eat at restaurants. Uh-huh. That and Magnetiles. God bless them.
I used to be a parent that said I would never let my kids have screen time. Now I'm like, shut up. Here's the iPad.
Yeah, the TV is on all the time. Even the baby who can just now sit up is like, what TV?
Yeah. Bluey?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Uh-huh.
I've seen this Bluey 20,000 times. I don't care.
Still great. Still great. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Matt, I don't know when the next time we'll meet. Next week
Thursday is draft night.
Next Thursday is draft night. We probably won't do a show during the draft because we tried to do that last year and it was
I think what we might do is Dave and we might just go live, more of like a presentation than a free for all.
Okay. We need to figure out how to do the Facebook Live thing. We'll play with that. So draft next week, and who knows what's coming after that?
I start school.
My girl's been doing that for 3 weeks already.
It's still crazy to me.
Just wait, it's coming.
Oh no, Russell starts his official preschool uniforms and all on Monday. So
yeah, it's fun stuff.
Yes.
All right. Well, hey, thank y'all for joining us. We will talk to y'all next week, I guess, when we do the draft live on Facebook. And then
if you haven't paid me, pay me.
I need to do that, don't I?
Yeah, you're one of 3.
Okay. Hey, I got mine done.
Yep.
So.
You know where to find me. So
I know. But I feel like the jerk of being like, hey man, fantasy football, you owe.
You'd be like that Family Guy. Where's my money, Brian? Brian, where's my money, Brian?
Well, that's going to get. I might use that meme and stop posting that on the Facebook page. With the one person said they'd pay me next week, which I'm not worried about. This person, not a big deal. And then the other one is just gone radio silent. So he goes. He gets automatic if he does not pay me in time.
He gets kickers.
All kickers all the time.
And not the starting kickers.
No.
The backups. All right. Well, we'll talk to y'all later.
All the unrestricted free agent quarterbacks.
Josh Dobbs will be your starting quarterback. All right. We'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.